And we are live. Let me make sure all of my P's and Q's are in order. Make sure everything is all good to go. Shout out to Bebop. Shout out to Bebop for becoming a new member. Shout out to Bebop. Shout out to Moy. Hit that like button. $500 fine. What's going on? What up? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Listen, we're gonna have a great show tonight. Listen, I'm finally getting used to this mic right here. You see, I threw the headphones away. Not literally threw them away, but I put them back in the box. I put them back in the box. Nick is finally on time. Clap it up for Nick, man. Clap it up for Nick. Nick finally made it on time. No, I'm just playing Nick. Nick finally made it on time. Come on in and hit that like button. We're gonna have a good show tonight. This basically, if you were able to catch the live stream yesterday, right? If you were able to catch the live stream yesterday, shout out to Blake. Shout out to Michael. What's going on? If you were able to catch the live stream yesterday, hold on. First, how's the audio? Is the audio good? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I checked the audio before I went live, so it should be good to go. Right? You seen the little the green and the yellow and the red. Okay. Nick says loud and clear. But this is going to feed into the conversation that we had yesterday, right? And if you were here yesterday, everybody's going to ease their way in here eventually. Everybody come in about an hour into the show, right? Then start asking questions, and you should have came in early, right? Or maybe what I should do is probably send out a notification. What I probably should do is send out a notification. Well, it should show that I'm live. I ain't trying to do all that. Let's see. Create post. Say live. See, I'm doing this live right now. Let's see. Put live with a pill emoji. Okay, there we go. Now we live. Okay, sent out that notification because sometimes YouTube don't send out notifications. They be trying to censor people. But anyway, if you caught the last live stream, this is basically going to feed into the conversation of today, right? We were talking about for a brief amount of time in the conversation yesterday how basically masculinity is dead in the West, right? And it's due to a bunch of factors that are in our control, not in our control, propaganda. We can talk about nutrition, we can talk about food. Listen, the list goes on, but there has been. We have to sit back and look. We have to sit back and wonder, right? Has there been a concentrated effort, right? A concentrated effort to basically dismantle men in general, right? Dismantle men in general. And listen, for you older guys, I know many of you are definitely older, than I am. So you had the privilege to witness, what men were like, maybe in the 80s, maybe in the 70s, some people maybe in the 60s, right? I'm technically considered millennial, right? I'm born in 96, right? Born in 96, but technically I'm Gen Z because I was raised with Gen Z, and the oldest millennial is like what? 35, 36, 37, which I have no relation, with somebody who is, 36 years old, 35 years old. So I'm raised with Gen Z, right? Me and Gen Z went to school together, right? Murder says, I'm at work right now. Hey, catch the replay, man. Catch the replay. It's gonna be a lit show. But yeah, if you had the privilege of seeing, how just everything turned out over the past 20 years and 30 years, you definitely can attest to there's something going on, right? What's going on, John? There's something going on. So we probably have enough people in here. We're gonna try to keep this show at a 2 hour mark, hour and a half, 2 hour mark, right? Try not to go over 2 hours, right? But Moy says, yep, there is something going on. But for you guys who don't know who Anthony Mackie is, and to be honest, I barely know who he is as well. I do know, I believe he starred in a Marvel movie, if I'm not mistaken. Right, he starred in a Marvel movie. I'm not sure which Marvel movie. Right, I don't really watch, you know, TV like that. I don't really watch, if it's not concerning adding things, to my stream or adding it to the YouTube, I really don't pay attention to it, right? So um Ed Mackey has recently, went viral for saying what listen, for saying some things that are what's basically controversial, right? Listen, if you are a man who, because I talked about this the other day too, right? I said that some of the things that I say would be considered extreme, right? Things that I say would be considered, controversial. When I've heard way more extreme things, right? I've heard way more extreme things, but even I would be considered on the extreme side of things, right? Uh Before the live stream ended, because I went live twice yesterday, right? I went live twice yesterday. So before that first live ended, one of the guys at the desk, because I was at the gym, one of the guys at the desk, he asked me about, I'm coming in with the camera and all that stuff. So, he asked me, oh, what the topic is, what's the topic about now? What's the topic about today? And my first instinct, nope, not having that conversation, right? You have to treat, and it's crazy that you basically have to treat dudes how you treat women nowadays. What up, Jeff? You have to treat dudes how you treat women nowadays, because it can go left or right? And 9 times out of 10, it can go left, right? Most men are not going to agree. I'm telling you this, right? They may agree under the table. They may agree with certain things under the table, but for the most part, a lot of men they've castrated themselves, right? They've castrated themselves. They've allowed themselves to think, very lowly of themselves, right? Many men have pedestalized, women, and the just the chaos of these women. They've pedestalized it, right? So much so that a lot of men don't even have that masculine logic anymore. Masculine logic is out the door, right? Masculine logic is out the door. That's why even how it doesn't even matter how free, women are today, right? It doesn't matter how free women are today. They still want that guidance. They still, to a degree, they want that masculine presence, right? To a degree, they still want that. They still desire that. And the reason why a lot of guys are not getting that play, they're not getting, basically anything, because in their biological nature, they still desire dominance. They still want to be dominated, right? They still want to be dominated. They still want a man that's going to guide them. They still want a man who's going to lead them, no matter how, feminist leaning they are. And I've heard chicks say this, and I've heard chicks say this to me, right? Even younger chicks, they were like, yeah, a lot of the guys out here, they're just so immature, right? They don't know what they want to do. They don't have any guidance. They don't know what they want. They play so many games. They don't have any money. They can't do anything, and so on and so forth, right? So on and so forth. But we're going to get into this video right here. Anthony Mackie. So for 20 years, we've witnessed the death of the American male and masculinity in our communities. So let's check this on out.
I keep my boys humble. Like, my boys have never had a pair of Jordans. You know, my boys don't do all that internet fly shit. I'm like, your kids. And no, I don't give a, I could be the biggest star in the world. Do not let me catch you being stupid. Do not. And my oldest gets it. My 15-year-old, he tells the other ones, he's like, yo, don't make dad mad. Because once you get one that's right, he's gonna straighten the other ones out. So it's just that thing of, in the past 20 years, we've been living through the death of the American male. They have literally killed masculinity in our homes and our communities for one reason or another. But I raised my boys to be young men. And however you feel about that, you feel about that. Right. But my boys will always be respectful. They will always say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. They will always say thank you. They will always open the door for a lady. They will always make sure that their mother, I keep my boys humble. Mother is taken care and provided for. They will always be men. And that's always since they were 2 years old. Every time I left for a job, I tell my 15-year-old, you're the man of the house. You make sure these doors are locked every night. This alarm is on. You text me or you call me every night before you go to bed and you wake up.
I love that.
Because we're men. If I'm not there to protect, he got to be there to protect. Because you can have all the money in the world, climb through the window, that money means nothing.
Right.
You can have all the celebrity in the world, jump through the door, that celebrity means nothing.
Yeah.
So you got to have a little guard in there, you know? And so for me, it's always that idea of American masculinity is very different.
Hold up, limitless, niggas to me can't pin in it. I thought they hear the witness.
So what do you guys think? And I definitely have some supporting details for you too. I definitely have some supporting, videos for you as well. Right? Definitely have some supporting videos. Let me read some of these comments. Let's see. Nick says, I am glad to be an American, but ain't no way I'm living here long term. It's not healthy to live here. That's how a lot of people feel now. That's how a lot of people feel now. Listen, it's not, bro, the way that we live is just not healthy anymore. Right? The constant propaganda, the constant chaos, right? The constant, back and forth, the constant political, BS from both sides, right? The constant male and female war. Nobody's really, showing the white flag, right? Nobody's throwing the white flag, right? Just a constant, right? The people have gotten more chaotic. People have gotten, less community oriented, right? Just, it's basically every man for himself out here. Who really wants to live like that, right? And then when you have men on a large scale, right? When you have men on a large scale that are not really, they're not really men, right? You lose your bearings in society, right? You lose your bearings in society. You lose community, right? You lose every sense of community, right? Every sense of what it means to protect, every sense of what it means to provide. Listen, that's why I've said this before. The economy don't even allow for men to be masculine anymore. This is how bad it's gotten. Nick says America used to be the best country to live in until the boomers screwed it up for all of us. Listen, the boomers graped America to kingdom come. Yeah, the way we live in America is unnatural as hell. This individualistic mindset is poison. Humans have never lived like this, right? And just if you stay in any major city, which most people stay in, most metropolises, right, bro, it is insane, right? It is insane. People are very individualistic. People are haters in bulk, right? People are haters in bulk. If you are the type of person, well, first and foremost, people are normies, right? The majority of people are normies. The majority of people are, brainwashed little bugs, right? They pay attention to everything that the media feeds them, right? They eat junk food. They eat the chemicals, right? They bathe with chemicals, right? They listen. I can go on and on, right? From the destruction of the mind to the destruction of the body, right? Americans are severely overweight, right? Not just because, yeah, the corporations do play a part. They play a major part actually, with advertisements and, doing under the table, dealings, right? Not communicating what's really in the food. But then at the same time, right, people are just dumb. I already told you guys, this is what I believe. I believe the majority of people are just idiots, right? Nobody does any research. Nobody does their due diligence. Nobody does anything. The majority of people are lazy and they wake up and breathe air, go to sleep and breathe air. That is it. That is it. They wake up, breathe air, go to bed and breathe air. They want the politicians to think for them. This is why politics have gotten the way that it's gotten so far. Right? They want the politicians to think for them. They want the politicians to breathe for them, right? They want the politicians to make the money for them. They want the politician to feed them, right? And this is why it is what it is. Yep, come on in and press that like button. Come on in and press that like button. Right? And we're gonna briefly go over. No, before we even get to that video, look at this, right? And this is very much my proof right here. This is very much my proof. I don't know if this is I don't know what this kid is doing right here, right? I'll show you guys this. Just insane. Look at this. Turn that music off. Look at this. Now, explain to me: is this just a child having fun? Tell me, is this just innocent to you? Because I know it. I know if I seen my little boy dancing like this, uh, yeah, the belt is coming out. For both the kid and the mama, right? And the kid, I don't know, the mom seems to be like she's Latin or something. She looks Hispanic. So, and he looks, he got some kinky hair, so he looks to be, probably mixed or whatever. But uh just to reel it back, a little bit, definitely when it comes to the black community, man, that kind of stuff has hit, the black community, some of the hardest, right? When you talk about and we can dive into a little bit of history and all of that stuff, but we already know that basically the government did definitely their fair share of conspiring against the black community, putting drugs and all that stuff in. We can go on and many of the black men, especially around the 80s and the 90s, getting locked up, and a lot of fathers not being there, and just creating the whole single mother epidemic, right? And due to that, a lot of black men were raised by a single mother, right? So you have two sides of the coin. You'll get this right here. You'll get this, the flamboyant, oh, it's fun, oh, it's innocent. And then you'll get the the hyper aggressive, right? Hyper aggressive, not really understanding how to translate his masculine emotions, and sometimes that come out as violence, especially if he didn't have any other male figures around, or if he didn't go to the military, or if he just didn't happen to catch himself. But what a lot of people don't understand is the black community was ground zero for what is going to happen in the world. right? And especially in America, the Black community in America was ground zero for what was going to happen for the entire country. And now look what we're seeing. Right. So before, when we talk about the 70s, 80s, 90s even, right? You had a whole single mother epidemic that we're still seeing to this day. But now we're seeing the same thing cross cultures in America now. Right? We're seeing the same thing cross cultures now. So now, you're bound to see, a single white mother just at the same rate as a Black mother, and it's increasing. Right? And it's increasing. But let's check out some of these comments though. Let's check out some of these comments. Right? Watch this. So the initial caption is, "This wrong or people overreacting?" So 50/50 Dad said, "Don't approve." Right? I'm assuming this another male. She turned her son into her daughter. I'm willing to bet it was 100% the kid's idea. Look, has male background dancer. So look, what's this? This, I bet, is another woman. Look, adults bullying kids. What a world. Look, so they're condoning it, right? Look at this. Another woman, Black woman to be particular, right? So parents can have fun with their children. See, look, the women see nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with the dance. And I definitely know straight male choreographers, and they just enjoy the art. Come on, bro. We got to do better. Look, so we have a woman right here saying, "Could never be my son." Another male right here said, "Look, yep, she's definitely a single mom." Yep. I'm guaranteeing that the majority of women probably agree with this. Look, he's beautiful. She's amazing. All the DL men. See, look, now the men in the comments are DL. So all the DL men in the comments keep hating because we loving ourselves over here. Look, you can't win. You can't win. But when I'm up here talking and everything, you got people who are, like Ahmed yesterday, right? Like Ahmed yesterday coming here. You need to teach this and that, bro. It is over with. It is donezo. It is over with. Masculinity is dead. And it doesn't even have to be the flamboyant, flip, watch me flick of the wrist. Like it ain't got to be the right. You have just men embracing, they just lack testosterone. They just lack male logic. Right, they just lack everything masculine. So that's why we seeing across cultures, right? You're seeing more men envious. You're seeing more men jealous. You're seeing more men, right? Just not really in tune, with brotherhood for one reason or another. You're not seeing the camaraderie, right? You're not seeing men out here getting out and going out here and get it, right? You're not seeing men being innovative, right? This all plays a part. It doesn't have to be the flamboyance, right? It can just be the lack of innovation, right? The lack of energy, right? So, I mean, it's crazy. Let me read some of these comments. Derek Boyd, what's going on? I told you guys my cousin turned gay and I turned my back on him. We can't condone gayness. It's not righteous. Shaking my head. Listen, it is what it is. Drunk Bone said, "What's good, G's? What's going on?" Moy says, "Not in my family or friend group. F all that. You get banished if you're a bitch made around me." Listen, you got Moy standing on business. But the unfortunate thing is this is what's going on out here. So let's take it to the schools, right? Right? Let's take it to the schools. So what's going on in the schools? Where is it? Let me get that video. What's going on in schools? Check this out. So I already warned y'all about the public indoctrination camps. Check this out.
Determine her worth. No. Does wearing less mean she's worth less? No. Does wearing more mean she's worth more? No. Does a man determine a woman's worth? This is a big fat no. Who determines your worth? Yourself. Yeah, yourself. At the end of the day, if someone doesn't like your looks, they gotta get over it. If they don't like what you wear, they gotta get over it. If a man doesn't like these things, it's none of his business anyways. Some people might say it's a woman's job to do this, it's a woman's job to do that, to cook, to clean, to take care of the kids, to stay at home. What is a woman's job? Whatever she wants it to be. What a woman does is her business. And throughout history, we've had many, many exceptional women who defied all these gender norms and became the woman that she wanted to be, an inspirational woman. Who's yours?
My mom.
Your mom. I like that. Does a woman's looks determine her worth? No, absolutely not. Does what a woman wears determine her worth? No. Does wearing less mean she's worth less? No. Does wearing more mean she's worth more? No. Does a man determine a woman's worth?
And there we go, gentlemen. There we go. Like I said, bro, and he is a real. Let me show you, because some of y'all probably think it's a skit. Nope, he's a real teacher. He is a real teacher. Let me zoom out a little bit. So he's a real teacher. He teaches in school, right? This is some of his page. You see what's going on here, right? So yeah, this stuff is real, right? This stuff is very real. So when I say the public indoctrination camps, this is what I mean, right? Y'all thought it was a game. Y'all thought it was a joke. And I said it's across cultures. It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. If you listen, you can ask. Have any of you even had, for you guys who've probably even Gen Z? If you're Gen Z in here, you know exactly what I'm talking. John says zesty. John says zesty MGK. He definitely looks like MGK. He definitely looks like MGK. But for you Gen Z guys, like for the girls and the guys, right? Tell me, is this is more where Gen Z is leaning in the first place? This is more where Gen Z is leaning in the first place, right? This is what they're teaching in the schools, right? So when you see the little kid, dancing, dancing the way that he's dancing, right? Dancing the way that he's dancing. Nobody sees a problem with it. They just see a kid having fun, right? They just see a kid having fun. I don't see a kid having fun. I mean, the kid is having fun, and he's innocent in this situation. Let's just throw that out there. You know, he's a kid. He's innocent in this situation. He knows no better. He's a young kid, young boy, right? He's just doing whatever, he's around. So I'm not putting that off on the kid. However, definitely he's around. I don't know where the dad is first and foremost, right? But clearly, and I mean, look at the background. He definitely is not coming from an impoverished area, right? He definitely look high middle class to rich, whoever this is. Right? She definitely looked well off. He looks well taken care of. She looks well taken care of. The place looks nice. So it definitely look like high upper class, possibly, rich or whatever. But, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. And nobody finds a problem with it. So when we start talking about the divorce rates, right? When we start talking about the divorce rates and how the divorce rates are 60+%, how the majority of women are rewarded the custody, right? Think about this right here. And I lie to you not. This was a few years ago. It was a few years ago. I remember coming outside, right? I remember coming outside and I literally seen a mother come out with her son. He had to be no older, I would say 4 years old, 5 years old, right? 4 or 5 years old. He came out with the purse. He came out with a purse around his wearing it just like a woman wears it, right? He was wearing it just like his mom wearing it. Had his own little purse coming out. He had to be 4 or 5 years old, right? It was something in me that wanted to go over there and just be like, boy, if you don't get that damn you don't get that damn purse around you and then talk to the mom, what the hell are you doing over here? But we stay in modern society. You can't address nobody about their own child. But I seen that and I was like, bro, what is going on? And this was a few years ago. You got to understand some of these moms, right? If it doesn't work out in these relationships or marriages, there's been situations that I've seen, that I've heard, where women will go out of their way to try to feminize the son on purpose. Yep. They'll try to feminize your sons on purpose. They'll have so much hatred towards you, right? They have so much hatred towards you, and don't let it be your only son either. Don't let it be your only son. She will try to feminize your son to get back at you, right? She can't get, especially if she can't catch you in the court, she can't get what she actually want out of the divorce. Oh, don't she get rewarded custody? She's gonna possibly turn. Well, they already try to turn the kids against you in the first place, but then she'll try to feminize. She'll try to feminize your only son. Right? Moore says he'll have no fear like a woman scorned. Yep. Cough cough. Angela Jolie. Cough cough. What's dude name? What's Dwayne Wade's chick name? Dwayne Wade's son name. Yep. That thing too. Angela Jolie, Dwayne Wade, all of that stuff. Grant says, I started lifting weights at age 5, and she asked why I was such an angry kid. Exactly. So, and this feeds into another conversation, right? Masculinity is deemed as basically bad, right? See, but it's two coins. It's two coins to the conversation, right? Right? It's two sides to the conversation, right? On one end, right? It's been deemed as bad for so long, right? It's been deemed as bad for so long. It's been deemed as, oh, testosterone bad. Men want to lift weight bad, toxic, right? Men wanting to approach women, toxic, evil, right? And we're past that point now, right? We're well past that point. Now we have, okay, like I just explained, all of those things that, masculinity bad, right? Masculinity evil, right? Everything that makes a man evil, right? But now on the flip side, you have a bunch of men who are regurgitating, red pill talking points, right? You got a lot of men regurgitating. You got dudes out here sleeping on, they're sleeping on their mama's couch trying to regurgitate Andrew Tate. And that's just the truth. I've seen that shit. Right? You have guys out here who work at McDonald's talking about, I'm 6'1", I'm a high value man. Right? You got dudes out here trying to put women in a place when they don't even have a pot to piss in. So on the flip side, you have men out here who are trying to live to something that they are not. They're because it has been deemed so bad for so long. Right? Masculinity has been shunned for so long. When people who were the voice come along, when people who are the voice come along to spark that fire into men, it's too late. It's too late. Bebop said they think testosterone leads to war and killing, but it also leads to progress and building shit. Yep. It leads to progress and building shit. But I mean, testosterone does. I mean, the leaders do use testosterone to their advantage. That's why young men are, drafted into war. Right? Grant says, yeah, my mom now is like, you don't worry about growing old and being alone. Yep. Moy says, at least the provision and protection. Clearly not anymore. Clearly not anymore. But we're not even done though. It gets worse. Watch this. Oh, it gets much gentlemen, it gets much worse. It get much worse. Right? Let me take a sip of water real quick. Because I already warned you. I already warned y'all about this. I've said it. I've already predicted this already. Let's see some of these comments. Sorry, officer said testosterone can also lead to prevention of needless war. Absolutely. It can go both ways. Absolutely. If your enemies know that you have healthy stock, absolutely, that is willing to do what's needed to protect your land. They're less likely to start up. And guess what? Guess what we're seeing now? United States. See, I don't care about all this posturing and everything. I'm gonna call shit how it is. United States is not built at this point in time for another war. I said it. The United States at this current time cannot afford, don't have the livestock, aka young, testosterone filled, masculine logic filled, healthy, fit men. We don't. We don't. Do we have advanced weaponry? Yeah, we do. But see, here's the scary part. The scary part is people like China, countries like China has been advancing on a very rapid pace. We don't even know what the hell China has at this point in time. We don't even know what the hell China has at this point in time. Did you see what was the name of the chat GBT China version? What was the name of that? I forgot the name of it. Somebody's going to put it in the chat. But China had released this was like a month ago. DeepSeek. There we go. DeepSeek. So China had released DeepSeek. This was about a month ago, right? DeepSeek was made with less money, right? It took less money to make, right? It was better and faster than ChatGPT. Better and faster than ChatGPT, right? Made with less money, crashed all the tech stocks. Crashed the whole industry. Right. And then what's the Tesla? What's the company that's competing with Tesla over there? Is it Bird, BYRD or something like that? China has their own little version, right, of Tesla, or their own, electric car that's going on over there. And even that technology, from what I've read, is better than Tesla. Right? I don't think Grok is really competing with chat. I think Grok is still like in damn near beta mode, if you ask me. No. Now, Mike Leo said China has whatever we gave them, just like Iraq, if not more, still left over. Now, that is a very naive way of thinking. China has been building their own technology for decades. You're saying that China has whatever we gave them. See, this whole patriotic, this whole patriotism. And listen, I love America, right? I love America. It's definitely it beats outweighs a lot of countries. But this whole fake posturing, this whole throwing out logic just to justify, patriotism and not really looking at the fine print, not really looking at the details, that is going to be the death of this country. Right? Everybody fake posturing. Everybody think that, America's the best thing since sliced bread. Bro, China has been coming up with their own technology. Have you seen their speed rails? Have you seen their high speed rails? Have you seen their infrastructure? What are we talking about? You're talking about they have whatever we gave them. Dude, what? Now, if you would have said that in the 80s, I would have agreed with you. If you would have said that in the 70s, I would have agreed with you, but we're far past that now. China has gained everything, like you said, China has took everything the US probably gave them, and they took it and did wonders with it. They took it and did wonders with it. That's why, to me, just this tariff war, especially with a country like China, it doesn't make sense to me. We're a little too late. We're a little too late. We're a little too late. No, it's just friendly. I got you. No, I know where it came from. I know where it came from. Yeah. But let's go ahead and move on. Let's go ahead and move on. So like I said, it gets worse. This guy right here, right? Y'all think he like chicks or what? Y'all think he like chicks or what? What would y'all rate her on a scale of 1 through 10? Before we start, what would y'all rate her on a scale of 1 through 10? What would y'all rate her? Moore says 5 or 6. Nick says 3. Bebop says 6. I don't know, Moore. Is she? Y'all was quick to rate. Adjustable 5. So based on y'all giving quick ratings, she appears to be a chick, huh? Got him. Wish I had my sound effects board. I need to get my sound effects board.
Hey, Taddy.
Whoa.
What happened?
You're trans?
Yeah.
Hold on. How old are you?
19.
Hold on. Can you back up a little bit? I'm trying to scan. Okay.
Pause, no Diddy. Pause, no Diddy. Pause, no Diddy. Bro, it's getting dangerous out here. Now, I don't want to hear none of the lies because I'm not even going to lie myself. If you seen him on the street, right? We already know it's a dude at this point. But if you seen him walking by you with that long hair, right? Looking how him look right now, how many of you would have been able to tell off the back? None of you. None of you. None of you. And it gets much worse. I've seen basically trans that look completely transformational. You wouldn't even be able to know until that person told you. Let's continue.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie, like I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I ain't gonna lie, like I would take you down. Like I don't give a fuck that you trans. Like I would keep it low key, like on the very low. Like I would run it. But like you can't tell anyone. Can you please just like don't tell anyone? Like you know what I'm saying? Just keep it on the low. Okay.
Should I say any? Should I say any? Should I say any more, guys? Should I say any more? I already warned y'all. I already said. I already warned y'all. I already said. Men are going to start leaning more into the other side. We're going to start seeing more and more. You heard it here first. This is the after pill. I told y'all we're going to start seeing more and more men. First and foremost, we're going to start seeing more and more men want to turn trans. Why? For the many other reasons. Low testosterone. A lot of men don't want the expectations. They don't want the what else? They don't want anything that comes with being a man nowadays. A lot of men are not, like I said, a lot of men are not getting play. A lot of men have no visibility with most women, right? A lot of women are looking for status. They're looking for money. They're looking for, a lot of times looks. A lot of men are not that. So you're going to start seeing a lot of men want to convert over, right? Whether they turn themselves into women, right? Or they go and play for the other side. I already told y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first. And listen, pause, no Diddy. Look at he. Look at he. The medicine, the surgeries, they're getting crazier. You're going to start seeing people on the streets and you will have no clue. Listen, I've seen full-fledged females look like dudes, to be honest with you. I've seen full-fledged dudes look like females. I mean full-fledged chicks who I had to give them a side. I'm like, I don't know. He's looking a little sketchy over there. But then you'll have him right here. Now look at this picture right here. Bro, y'all would not be able to tell. Y'all will not be able to tell. Right? Pause no Diddy. Pause no Diddy before I say this. Pause no Diddy. But just off the back, if I didn't know, he, him, she, her, whatever pronoun you want to go by, easily, and then probably no makeup, right? Off the back, not knowing nothing, at least 5 or an adjustable 6. And none of you will ever know. You would never know. You would never know. And this is where we're getting. Bro is literally well, he appears to be a straight male, but we're gonna and clearly Gen Z. Right? Clearly Gen Z. He's clearly Gen Z, right? I already told y'all. Gen Z, they're sexually fluid. Right? And not even just Gen Z. You have a lot of millennials too. But Gen Z in particular are sexually fluid, which means they really don't care. right? So they lay down with their trans friends, right? A lot of the dudes they go both ways. They laying down with, both chicks and dudes and trans, and bro, it's wicked out here. It's wicked. It's wicked, but I warned y'all already. I had a whole I did a whole video on this. I said that, hey, it's coming. It's coming with how men and women are bumping heads right now. It's coming. And then look, and then pause no Diddy. For him as a Gen Z dude who probably can't get any play, right? Or probably can get any play, but let's just say he's not really getting play from the actual girls, real girls that he actually wants, right? And he sees something like this, right? He sees something like this, right? Which looks feminine on the surface, right? It looks feminine on the surface. It appears that she's probably had some kind of work done, right? Had some kind of work done with the breast or whatever, and then the waist and all that stuff. You can kind of tell that the waist has been surgically done and things of that nature. He sees something like this, and that to him, that's an easy layup. That's it. These are, but see, long enhancements, right? John, the incels can go so many different ways, right? I don't put incels just in one category. The incels can go many different ways. To me, this would be in a box of incel, right? This is an incel who's branched off and went towards a different way. This is an incel who may have, like I said, he has no motion, right? He has no play with real girls. So now, okay, what's the next move for him? Right? What's the next move for him? Now, this is what he's chasing, because we know that, well, probably don't know, but there are many trans, they're okay with the whole reason that they transition is to get this kind of attention. Aiden Smash said, look, but Paul, you got to hit a pause no Diddy with that. But Aiden Smash, I mean, we got to keep it 100. She dropped that neck on you, and bro, I'm telling you, y'all ain't gonna listen. This is going on. Just face, right? Just face. You didn't touch her. You didn't do your sniff test, right? You didn't do your doctor test, right? See what's going on down there. And you was at a party or something, and you was just like, give me that gawk. You would have never known. Like discernment is not even saving you from this. Certain things, discernment is not even saving you from this. More says they still dig. You got say y'all still digging. Look, they trying to figure it out. They like, hold up. Yeah, she kind of do look. He kind of right. She do look kind of good. Yeah, he right. She got the look. Ninja's trying to figure it out. Like, yeah. Keep talking, Tap. Keep talking. Yeah, the waist. Yeah, he right. The waist. The waist and it looks like B cups. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, she is about an adjustable 6. Yeah. 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 You know what? Let me type something in Google real quick. Let me type something in Google real quick. And that's what I mean too, right, Bebop? That's what I'm saying. If you seen he, him on the street, right? If you seen he, him on the street, guess what? You would basically just say, oh, yeah, she looks Latina. You would literally be like, oh, that's a Latina, right? Because a lot of Latinas do have that, some of them do have that, they father's face, right? This looks like a regular feminine Latina chick. Pause, no Diddy. Pause, no Diddy. Bebop said, "Put respect on the Latina on the Latina's name." Shaking my head, but this is real though. But this is a Latina. Boy, this is a Latina or a transition Latina. Just based on the facial features, I mean, she probably could be like Pakistani or something. I guess she could be like Pakistani, but definitely looks like a Latina. $500 said $500 fines. Correction, Latino, right? Latino. Yeah, let's get it right. Latino. My bad. Latino. Aiden Smash is right. Boy, many dudes will fall for this. What you mean? If no check is done, if a bro, I would go so far to say that even if a check is done, I would go so far to say even if a check is done, even if a check is done, dudes will still go for it. Let's see what he said. Let's see what he said in the rest of the video.
Shit. So I can hit those?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Tiny.
Whoa.
What happened?
You're trans?
Yeah.
Hold on. How old are you?
19.
Hold on. Can you back up a little bit? I'm trying to scan. Okay. 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 I ain't gonna lie, like I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I ain't gonna lie, like I would take you down. Like I don't give a fuck that you trans. Like I would keep it low key, like on the very low. Like I would run it. But like you can't tell anyone. Can you please just like don't tell anyone? Like you know what I'm saying? Just keep it on the low. Okay. Shit. So I can hit those?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Tiny.
That's a damn shame. That is a damn shame. Listen, Gen Z don't care. I'm telling y'all, Gen Z does not care. Gen Z does not care. They don't care. Listen, bro, Bebop, bro, it doesn't even matter. You talking about blackmail? They don't care. They don't care. They like, yep, I did it. Gen Z will be like, oh, that's not all of my friends know. Gen Z will be like, oh, you just now finding out? You just not finding out, bro. Gen Z, both men and women, a bunch of they're freaks, bro. They're freaks. Some of these chicks out here, they're laying down. The chicks are laying down with trans too, bro. So y'all don't even, bro. Listen, this will have to be an offline. This will have to be an offline stream for that kind of conversation. Some of these girls are also laying down with the trans too, getting freaky. But it's the truth though, boy. It's the truth. But hold up, it doesn't stop. The propaganda machine does not stop. Watch this.
Yo, let's normalize homie head. It don't have to be awkward. Just two guys blowing off some steam, zipping up your pants and going about your way. Let's get to it, baby. Yo, let's normalize homie head. It don't have to be awkward. Just two guys blowing off some steam, zipping up your pants and going about your way. Let's get to it, baby. Yo.
This is coming, gentlemen. Pause. Hold up. Wait. Whoa. That was a little bit weird to say in combination with that. Hold up. I need to use a different word. Wait. But this is appearing. This is appearing soon, gentlemen. This is appearing. I already said this was coming. I already said this was coming. I said, see, nobody believed me. I remember I said this. I said when I first started saying this, right? And I started saying this months ago. When I first started saying this, dude was fighting me in the comments. A bunch of dudes was fighting me in the comments. They were like, nah, dudes not. I don't believe dudes are just turn the other way. I don't believe dudes are just, start laying down with trans. I don't believe, just like dude said, nah, I wouldn't talk to no AI chat. I wouldn't talk to an AI chat girlfriend. Nah, I don't believe that'll happen, bro. Nobody believed anything. Once upon a time, nobody believed anything. Who would have thought we would have ended up here where men and women are no longer getting married? The marriage rates are depleting, the birth rates are depleting, right? Men and women can't even stand it. Who would have thought we would have ended here? Who would have thought we would have ended up with platforms like Instagram, Facebook, right? Snapchat? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Right? So once upon a time, none of us knew anything. None of us knew anything. None of us knew anything. I'm preaching in here. Y'all go ahead and start throwing. Go ahead and start throwing. I'm passing the donation plates around because y'all in church right now. Y'all heard it here first at the after pill. Because nobody is talking about this. Nobody is talking about this. Mike Leo, only dudes with zero discipline. Here's the caveat to this. 99% of men have no discipline. 99%, and I maybe could be exaggerated. Maybe exaggerated. But most men out here have no discipline. So they're like, well, to hell with it. You got to realize the state of things out here, along with the low testosterone, along with the degradation of society, along with everything, the food, the chemicals, the hormonal changes, the chemical imbalances, right? The air we breathe, the water we drink, that bag of chips that you open, social media, Instagram, Snapchat, propaganda, right? Everybody's incredibly stressed. Do you know what stress does to the mind? Right? This is what social media does, right? I don't know if you know this, but this is what the current media does, or this is what is being done right now, and not just out of like people have no choice or whatever, but people are willfully making a choice to absorb everything that's going on around them. So they're always logged into their phone. They're always locked into their phone, right? Content overload, media overload, news overload. The mind is overstimulated. So what does that do? You may not appear stressed on the surface, right? You may not appear stressed on the surface, but in reality, everybody is extremely stressed. So what stress does to the mind long term? Well, scientists and doctors have already figured that out. They've already told you what stress does to the mind over time, right? It breaks it down. So what are we seeing? Everybody's on social media. I don't care if you're 6 years old to 65 years old. Everybody's on TikTok. Everybody's on Instagram. Everybody's seeing what's being done in the White House. Everybody's seeing what's being done on the streets. Everybody's seeing somebody get shot. Everybody's seeing a police officer do this. Right? Everybody's seen the plane crash. Everybody's seen the burning body. Everybody's seen, corn on Twitter. Everybody is seeing this stuff. What we're seeing is content overload. What we're seeing is overstimulated minds that have been degraded to the point of no return. Come on now. Come on now. Hey man, I'm cooking it here. Y'all gonna have to clip this. Y'all gonna have to clip this. See, I know what's going on. I know what's going on. I can't even read that out loud because I know YouTube gonna say something. But that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Yeah, it sounds funny, but it's the reason. And I'm not just saying for that. I'm saying with just society in general, right? The breakdown of society in general. That's what's going on. More crazy for this one. But then here we go. But then even if you got some money, right? Even if you have some money, right? Even if you have some money, like I said, women know, listen, women are willing to fight for the top 10% no matter what. And they know that there are a group of men who are willing to turn their whorish ways into housewife ways, right? So how I found her, little 304, right? Little thought pocket, right? She done been around town. All the guys in Dubai done had her, right? Then here goes Mr. Millionaire. Here goes Mr. Multi-millionaire simp right here, right? He said, I'll save you. I'll save you. So even when they have the bag, where's the masculinity? Where's the testosterone? Where is the men standing on 10 and rejecting this? Where is it? Where is it? Look, listen, if this for some men, this floats their boat. For some men, this floats their boat. They like having a past 304. They like having a past 304, right? Putting her up in the house. Moy says, yeah, she definitely got doo-doo on. She for sure got doo-doo on. John says he whacked a bird. Most guys aren't wifing birds. There is no standards. There is no standards. Men have no standards. Absolutely none. Right? So we have on this side of the field, we have men being more flamboyant, right? We have men, you know, they can't get any play. So what are they turning into? Well, instead of becoming productive, right? Instead of becoming, you know, more innovative, instead of, you know, putting down the alcohol, putting down the honey buns, right? Putting down the phone and stop watching corn, right? They're not doing that. No, they're picking up more vices, right? They're becoming more, bro. America is very sick, bro. The West is very sick. I don't think y'all know how sick we are. Uh America's very sick. The West is very sick. And it seems like we live in a normal society, but it is nothing normal about any of this stuff. There is nothing normal about any of this stuff. But this is happening day in and day out. Day in and day out. Nothing is normal about it. More says bro, all of that money and he hasn't created one invention. I don't know what bro doing, but he richer than me. So listen. He richer than me. And birds get wiped up. That's what guys don't seem to understand too. Right? They throw around, oh, she's a bird, oh, she's 304, oh, she's a hoe. Hoes get wiped up too. And sometimes they get wiped up by dudes who doing way better than you. They get wiped up by dudes who are doing way better than you, way better than me. This is what's going on. Yeah, we all love hoes. I love a hoe, you love a hoe. But to marry one, I think is asinine. It's asinine. Right? So to reel everything back in, right? You know, the American male. They killed, right, masculinity in the American male. Right? This is why we see jealousy off the charts. That's why we see camaraderie just null and void. That's why we see a lot of guys act like straight up bitches, right? That's why we see a lot of guys who are not willing to get out here and compete, right? Moy says boomers did it. Yep. We can blame boomers. We can blame boomers. We can blame Gen X. I mean, we can blame all the previous generations who didn't do their due diligence. Right? Kevin says, I always ask my dad how you date one of them. Huh? Bebop says, maybe we're devolving. That's what I've said. That's what I've said many times. I've said we are regressing, right? Even with all the technology, right? Even with all the technology, even with all the advancements, it really feels like we have basically regressed. We have regressed in society. Nobody really thinks for themselves anymore. No one is really a thinker. No one thinks outside the box, right? It's either you align yourself with this or align yourself with that. There's no middle point. There's no outside of the, you know, popular constraints that we have. It's just everybody just, you know, they're normies, they're bots, they're NPCs. Yep, idiocracy. John says AI girlfriends coming soon. Invest in NVIDIA. I think that begins with an N, not an IN. Take out the I. But this is what's going on. No testosterone, no masculinity, right? I think it's beyond too late, right? I think the Trump administration is way too late, right? I think people like Andrew Tate tried, right? I think it's way too late. And even see, here's my thing. Men had the opportunity, I believe. men had the opportunity. Yep, Kevin Samuels got murked over it. Men had the opportunity, but you got to realize, man, with all the guys who Andrew Tate had access to, with all the guys who Kevin Samuels had access to, with all the guys that Fresh and Fit had access to, with all the guys, all these men in this space has access to. How many of these guys you really think were out here really listening and really applying those principles and applying that knowledge to get into the spaces and to get into the financial predicament, to get into the physical predicament, to get in the mental predicament, to get into the emotional predicament, to succeed as a masculine man in this world? How many men do you really think were looking at it and applying it, listening and applying it, instead of just looking and listening for entertainment? Right? How many? I don't understand you, Mike. What do you mean Kevin would get this channel in line? What does that mean? And this is why the majority of the guys who, you know, I'm red pill, I'm this, I'm that. You know, Andrew Tate fanboys and, you know, guys like that, bro. Most of these guys are literally incels who are not really doing anything in life, who are not applying any kind of knowledge or anything. Said Mac J. Dusen said using other people talking points to argue with a woman online. What do you mean? You saying the incels doing that or what? But this is why I have little hope for people in general, but definitely little hope for men. Here's the thing: the train was never meant to be stopped. The train was never meant to be stopped. The train is going to keep going. The train is going to keep going. As far as men, the majority of men are going to be on that train. There's going to be some who jump out. There's going to be some who jump out of that train and save themselves, right? Which I hope many of you do, right? There are going to be guys who jump out of that train and save themselves and you know, build what they need to build, right? But the majority are going to be too fearful to hop out of that train, right? That train is all they know. That train is all they know. They're too fearful. They're too delusional, right? Too stuck in their screens, right? They wasn't even paying attention, right? They didn't even know that the train was off the rails, right? They're so busy on their phones, right? They're sitting in their seat on their phones playing games, right? Mentally distracted, right? Unaware NPCs, right? Not there, right? Not really in tune with life. They didn't know that the train was even off the rails. Only the ones who seen what was going on, seen the writing on the wall, were able to escape and jump out of the train. Right? A lot of dudes will hear advice online, and instead of applying it to their, I guess applying it to their life, they waste energy trying to attack people with the advice. Yep. And this is what I see all the time, right? Men are trying to attack women with it. Like, yeah, see, that's why you're gonna die alone. That's why you're gonna have cats and dogs. I'm like, bro, did that make you feel better? Did that make you feel better? I don't even like I stray away from these conversations in person. Right now, if I met one of you guys on the street or something, we just chopped it up about certain things, then cool. But as far as just having these conversations, like with bro, first of all, it just don't matter. It really doesn't matter, right? Right. Let's say if I go to a modeling event or something like that, right? Which I have. I went last summer. I may go again this summer. But imagine me going to a modeling event, full of beautiful women, they're doing their thing, and just being, just having that feminine essence, and what have you. And I'm in there talking about some, yeah, that's what all y'all 304s. Yeah, all y'all 304s. Yeah, I know what y'all doing. Yeah, I know what y'all doing. Damn 304s. Listen, if you don't get right, you're gonna die with cats. If you don't get right, you're gonna die with cats and maybe a dog. Right? Y'all out here strutting this walkway, right? Showing your body out here for cameras and all that. Who you're taking that for, right? You must got an OnlyFans, right? You an OnlyFans chick, ain't you? I knew you was an OnlyFans chick. I knew you was on how much you're making. You probably making a bunch of money, right? Because you got a bunch of simp lords. You have a bunch of simp lords in your DMs. You have a bunch of simp lords paying for your OnlyFans, huh? What I look like going to an event like that and doing some stupid ass shit like that, bro? I'm going to enjoy the vibe. I'm going to enjoy the essence. I'm going to enjoy the women. Sit back, have a drink or two, talk to beautiful. Come on, bro. Who's really about to sit there and have it's meaningless. It's no point. No point. Anyway, let's jump into some science on this stuff, right? So we have a guy here who goes by Dr. Josh Axe. Dr. Josh Axe. He created this video around 11 months ago, and this video is why are men's testosterone levels so low today, right? And we're going to review this video a little bit, not the whole video, but we're going to go over some of the things that he talked about.
To this dramatic decline of testosterone that's been happening since the 1960s. Now, this is a major problem because low testosterone decreases lifespan in men. And so it literally shortens your life. Low testosterone has also been linked to heart disease, cancer, diabetes. It's also been linked to weaker bones and smaller muscles, which causes you to age more quickly. It's also been linked to low libido. It's been linked to a number of other issues like low self-esteem and lack of motivation. So having low testosterone is incredibly harmful to men. Now, I do want to mention there is a cultural discussion today going on around masculinity that, hey, maybe masculinity isn't good and even testosterone isn't good in many ways. The reality is, though, is that we want men with high testosterone and we want masculine men. Masculinity can be positive, especially when it's connected to virtue.
Why is Amazon paying me $63,000 a month? Well, I didn't make this kind of money selling yoga mats and
when masculinity is partnered with, and those masculine virtues we could talk about, such as most of the time masculine virtues are considered justice, courage, bravery, honor, respect, self-discipline.
Which we lack all of that today. All of those characteristics that he's mentioned, right? Being innovative, having high energy, right? Virtue, motivation, high self-esteem, right? What are we seeing mostly men struggle with nowadays, right? Most men are struggling with what? Self-esteem issues, right? oh, I'm not getting the girls. Only the Chad and Tyrones are getting the girls. Look at him and look at me, right? Low testosterone, right? Many men, right? I mean, due to economic reasons too, but staying with their parents, right? Not playing video games, not really, don't have the motivation to get out here and get it. Don't really have the motivation to get out here and make some more money, or come up with some, learn some more skills, anything like that. This is the result. This is the result. Yep, y'all smash that like button. How many likes we got? How many likes we got? I need to refresh this so I can actually see what's going on. So we have 38 people, 40 people watching in here. We only got 17 likes. Only have 17 likes. Let's get the likes up. Right? Membership, join the membership. You want to support the channel, join the membership. If you want to support the channel, hit that super chat, hit that super sticker, right? Let's get back to it.
Discipline, and combined with feminine virtues like nurture and empathy and kindness and grace and love, when those are combined together, it heals. Listen to this study. This is mind-blowing. Men with low testosterone levels had an 88% increase in a risk of death compared with those who had normal levels. Do you hear that? If you're a male, or you're married to a man or dating a man, and they have low testosterone, they have an 88% increase in dying compared to men with normal levels.
So what does that mean? So if the United States was to, God forbid, go wage war and, send troops, draft Gen Z, and the majority of Gen Z, they have low testosterone, bro, it's just not going to be good. They're not going to have the will to fight. See, the difference between, the soldiers of today and the soldiers of, yesterday, when you talk about World War I, World War II, things of that nature, men had the will to fight. They were filled with testosterone. They had something to fight for. They had families to fight for. They had women to fight for, children to fight for, jobs to fight for, right? The will to fight was there. Bro, if most of Gen Z go over there and have to fight a war, they're just going to lay down and let the Lord deal with them. Right? They're going to surrender. Right? So the will to fight is not even there for Gen Z. Right? And that's what we're seeing.
And the effect persisted even after such variables as age, other illnesses, and body mass index were controlled. So this isn't a fluke. Generally, men are nearly 90.
So check this out right here. This is what I really wanted to show you guys. Look at the testosterone levels, right, throughout history.
Year than in the past. You can see here on this graphic testosterone levels in the United States back in 1960 versus in this was taken in 2015. It's actually continued to decline if you look at the new research. So you see these levels in men continue to drop off. Now, what's interesting is that the levels of testosterone have dropped at the greatest level in Western countries. So Western and Eastern Europe, Latin America, Canada, and the US have all been experiencing the same strong decline in testosterone since the 1960s and 80s.
Strong decline in testosterone, deep declines in testosterone.
And here's the thing, though, they've stayed at the same level of highs in areas like Uzbekistan, Siberia, and Pakistan. So certain areas of the country, I think, where oftentimes masculinity is more prized, and maybe there's less toxins in certain areas of the environment, or in terms of what they're consuming. Well, now look at this more recently. You can see here.
Now look at it. So from the 1980s, from 1970s, 1980s, right? So the United States was red. I'm guessing gray and green. I guess that means that, they didn't really have information on it like that. But now you see, look at what's going on now. So this was red 40 years ago. 700 and over. This was deep red, 700 and over around 50 years ago. Right now, look, steep decline. So we went from 700 and over, right, 650 to 699, to now we're looking more like 450, 400, right? And in some places under 400, right? United States, Canada, Eastern Europe, right? This is what we're seeing. This is what we're seeing. So clearly there is a very dark, something's dark going on, right? So there's definitely something more sinister going on, right? The decline of relationships, the decline of look at the areas where this is where the birth rates are declining. United States, Canada, right? Even when we talk about Asia, right? Birth rates declining. Bro, something's going on. But the United States, Eastern Europe, I mean, even South America, places in Asia, right? Really, most of Europe, it seems like, if not all of Europe, but have seen steep declines in testosterone. Men are no longer the same, man. Men are no longer the same. Metafix said, how do Chinese have higher tests than us? It's happening. Hormones, bro. Have you seen the average? Were you here when I showed you Billy Bob? Were you here when I showed you Billy Bob? Were you here when I was going over, bro? The average American looks like crap. Most Americans look like crap. And I just showed you proof after proof what we're turning into. I showed you proof after proof. Look at what the guys are into. Look at what the guys are into. Look at what the young men are into. Look at what the young men are turning into. Right? Look at what the young men are turning towards. Bro, the stats. Look, we can go over the stats right now. How many? Let's see. How many people are in shape in America? How many people are in shape in America? Right? Let's see. See if I can find it. I forgot where I seen it at. Let's see if I can find it. Because I seen it on the website. Oh, here we go. So this is Forbes. I guess they got it from their I guess the CDC statistics, but here we go. Here we go. So this was January 6, 2020, 2023. So it says just 28% of Americans are exercising enough. CDC says, and it's even lower in some regions. So it's even lower. So this is just overall. But depending on your state, right? Depending on where you are in the country, it's probably lower than that. So only 28% of Americans, right? Only 28% of Americans are meeting physical activity guidelines set for the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, right? Let's see. Results are even more dire based on geographic location, with only 16% of people outside of cities meeting exercise guidelines compared to 28% of residents in major. So if you live in a major metro area, you'll see more in shape people. You'll see more, swole dudes. You'll see more, in shape women, right? But if you go to bumfuck Oklahoma, bumfuck Kentucky, right? They look like Billy Bob in them, right? They look like King of the Hill, right? They look like crap. But even in the city, most people look like crap, man. I'm outside all day, every day. Most people look like crap. I would say the number as far as people being in shape, I would say probably 70 to probably 80% of people are out of fucking shape. And that's just the truth. Said there's a lot of fat people here in Houston. Yeah. Moy says traditional Chinese medicine predates Western medicine by thousands of years. Yep. Eastern medicine definitely has Western medicine beat. But you know, they're not going to tell you that. I mean, the men are sloppy, the women are sloppy. I mean, you rarely run into, bro, when you actually see a in shape woman, you really notice it. You really notice it because you don't run into in shape people. You don't. In the gym, when you're in the gym, you got to think about. Let's look at this. Let's look at another stat because all this plays a role into why we're seeing so many weak men, why we're seeing so many feminized men. How many people are actually in the gym, right? Let's see. Do another tab. Let's see. And watch this. So actually women are slightly more likely to have gym memberships than men. So 24.8% versus 22.6%. So we're only talking about a quarter. We're talking about a quarter of people, right? 23.7 of the population, age 6 and older, right? With gym memberships. 23 point, bro, most of the, and then you got to think most of those people are spread out through the major metropolitan areas. That's only 72.9 million people, right? United States has a population of around 400, close to what, 350, 400 million people. So only 72.9% of people in the United States have gym membership, but that's probably not even, well, how about active gym membership? So maybe around the same, but I'm sure that drops even more, you know, depending on, you know, people's gym schedule, if they even go to the gym. Some people, you know, New Year's resolution, they'll get a gym membership and don't even go. But you got to think, you know, people are not exercising, people are not taking care of themselves, men are not taking care of themselves. You know, they out here looking like Sloppalopasauruses with a Sloppalopasaurus wife, with a Sloppalopasaurus girlfriend, right? Gen Z is loaded up on medicine. They're loaded up on antidepressants. They're loaded up on all kind of medication, anxiety medication, right? All kind of pills, and both legal and illegal, right? Smoking weed, smoking dope, right? Drinking alcohol, bro. It's a mess out here. It's a mess. Then how many people, bro, on every corner, you'll see more fast food. You'll see more fast food being put up than any kind of health spot. Than any kind of health spot. You'll see more fast food being put up, a Whataburger, you know, an In-N-Out, right? A Burger King, a McDonald's, and those lines be full. Those lines are always full with nothing but Sloppalopasaurus. But then we wonder why the testosterone levels are depleting. He's right. America killed masculinity. America killed the look, you'll be a fool if you don't think that people are very well in the know what they're putting into these foods, what they're putting into the medications, the propaganda that they're bro. This stuff goes deep. This stuff goes deep. There are people who are pushing the button who know exactly what they're doing, who know exactly what's going on, who know exactly the outcome that they want to achieve. See, when you have a group, when you have men in mass who are weak, vulnerable, feminized, right? They're easily conquered. So what does that really tell you? What's the deeper mission? What's the deeper? See, I told you I have some. Listen, I can talk about some things that probably go over y'all heads, right? So what's the deeper mission? Just like women are naturally, you know, women are supposed to naturally submit, right? a man's goal is to conquer a woman, right? They're easily, programmable, easily conquered, right? Because they are our lesser half. They also spend the most money, right? Because they the ones that buy more into, advertisements and material and just being sold on something. Men are not always sold on something, but now we have so many feminized men. Now we have so many men who don't question anything, right? They just accept what anybody give them. They accept the rat food, they accept the rat poison, right? They accept anything nowadays. Why? Because they accept anything for themselves. They have no standards. They put anything in their bodies, they put anything in their minds. They don't read, they don't do their own due diligence, they don't do any thinking, right? The majority of men are NPCs, and this is going to continue. This trend is going to continue. So then, because we have so many men without masculine thought, we have so many men without logical thought, we have so many men without the testosterone to lead them and guide them, guess what you get? You get perversion. You get guys like this who get on here and say, and knowingly know that that's a trans and say, hey, that trans is pretty, I'll still hit that, right? Masculine logic is out the door. Standards are out the door, right? Everything is out the door. No, none of these guys have any standards. And then that's what creates perversion, because masculine men are the ones who kept society in line. They kept society in order. Yeah, will masculine men also indulge in opposite sex pleasures? Yeah, of course, that has existed in history, but it was always a fine line between certain things and absolutely disgusting perversion. And now what we're seeing the increase in perversion because we have no masculine men left. It's gone. It's done. Finito. Finished. Finished. And we're at the hour and a half mark, right? I think I've preached long enough on this topic. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. A lot of dudes in my church are like that. One conservative kid you were talking about, Jay, they have no clue. That's what I'm saying. Listen, bro. The conservative guys are just. Once upon a time, I was like, yeah, the conservative guys, they're the masculine ones, right? They're the ones, and not saying that some don't, but they're the ones who, they have real meaning and they're the man's man, right? Nah. I found that out not to be true either. Right? Y'all hit that super chat like Moore said. I found that not to be true either. I thought the conservatives were the man's men, right? I thought that's just what it was. But now I discovered that the conservative men are just as weak and docile as the lib fucking tards, just in a different way, but all together the same way. That's why I'll talk about politics. I'll discuss politics, but all in all, right? How I really think politicians can all go to hell, in my opinion. Right? I don't trust any one of them. If you just sit back and look at the data, look at the stats. We've been on this trajectory for decades. Doesn't matter who was in office. It really doesn't. So this has been a good stream. This has been a great stream. Actually, the replay is going to go crazy. So if you didn't catch this at the beginning, go ahead and hit that rewind button. This is going to be uploaded to the replay, right? Hit that super chat button. Hit that join the membership, support the channel, support the kid, right? Support the after pill, support the message. Let's get this message out there. Let's get this channel out there. Hit the like button on your way out, right? Hit the like button on your way out. And I'll definitely see you guys in the next video. And this was definitely truly an after pill. Peace.